Welcome to this quick tutorial on changing conditions impact on break-even. So when we do a sensitivity analysis, we're preparing for increasing costs, pricing pressures, and other changing business conditions. When you hear someone talk about a sensitivity analysis, it is a what-if technique. Before we get any further into calculations, we need to go over some definitions. First of all, the contribution margin. The contribution margin in dollars is calculated as the sales price per unit minus the variable cost per unit. The contribution margin ratio, or contribution margin percentage, is the contribution margin per unit divided by the sales price per unit. Then we get to break-even point. The break-even point in units is the fixed cost divided by the unit contribution margin. Break-even point in sales dollars is fixed cost divided by the contribution margin ratio. So let's talk about changing conditions. If you change the sales price, the break-even point changes and the unit contribution margin changes. When all other factors remain constant, if the sales price increases, break-even point will decrease. If the sales price decreases, the break-even point will increase. So now let's talk about changing variable costs. If the variable cost is changed, the break-even point will change and the unit contribution margin will change. When all other factors remain constant, if the variable cost increases, the break-even point increases. If the variable cost decreases, the break-even point decreases. And now let's talk about changing fixed cost. If the fixed cost is changed, the break-even point changes, but the unit contribution margin is unchanged. When all other factors remain constant, if the fixed cost increases, break-even point will also increase. If the fixed cost decreases, break-even point also decreases. Notice that the sales volume does not change the break-even point. We've not talked about that, and that is intentional. Only changing the sales price, the variable cost, or the fixed cost will have an impact on break-even point. Okay, that's it. We are done. This video was created and narrated by Dr. Wendy Tietz. Have a great day.